Good evening, friends, and welcome to Cocktail Hour. It has been a while, but I've purchased a new ingredient, and it's sort of similar to an ingredient that is used in the cocktail, the Brooklyn, and so we're going to make that even though we really don't have the proper ingredients. So it's going to be on message for us for things that are kind of not exactly what they should be. So the Brooklyn cocktail, it is a whiskey-based cocktail. It says you can use whiskey of bourbon or rye, so we're going to be using rye because that's what I happen to have right now. So it calls for 1.5 ounces of whiskey. And then it calls for 1/2 ounce of sweet vermouth. I don't totally care for the sweet vermouth as much, so I think we're just going to be a little light on it. Like not quite 1/2 ounce, but some, so that there's enough that it tastes a little sweet vermouthy, but not too sweet vermouthy because ick. Okay, so then it calls for, why am I putting the top of this? You don't need to see that. Then it calls for a dash of Amer Picon, which seems to be an Amaro, which is a kind of liqueur, which I don't have, but when I looked it up on the internet, they said I could use this Fernet Branca, which is a similar sort of a thing. So we're just going to put a very small amount of that in, because it says a dash, and that's what I understand a dash to be. And then it calls for maraschino liqueur, which when I decided to make this drink, I didn't realize that it was going to call for that. And I don't have maraschino liqueur, but I do have maraschino cherries, and they're in something red, which is not liquor. But we're just going to put a little bit of that in as well, just because that seems like it's maybe similar. That's what we're going with. That's all it asks us to do. Then it says that we should stir it, and so we will shake it. Because I'm very bad at stirring. It doesn't seem like something that you can be bad at, but you know, I manage it. So we're gonna get our chilled cocktail glass. That has been chilling here in the freezer. We're gonna pour this Brooklyn that is not exactly what they say into this glass. So it is cloudy, which had we stirred it as opposed to shaking it, it would not be cloudy. So, you know, they're right. They know what they're talking about. If you have patience, you could stir instead of shaking, but I lack patience or technique. Okay, so then let's see what this sort of Brooklyn thing tastes like. Vermouth. It tastes like vermouth. Okay, it tastes like a vermouthy whiskey. I do stand by the use of the rye as opposed to the bourbon. I think that the bourbon would be too sweet and would make it a little cloying. It's kind of aromatic. The Fernet Branca, the Amaro thing, when you smell it, it smells a little bit like a kind of a mint licorice. So that's causing a sort of an herbal experience as well. The Brooklyn, I feel I should like it because I live here, but actually the Manhattan is better. Sorry. The Brooklyn. Enjoy. Cheers.